Welcome to Storytime with Patrick. Hope you enjoy these stories. Yeah.
During one of my first few years in college, I had to go drop a friend off in a different state, and I was just having a rough time. Like it wasn't a good time that I was hanging out with them, um, and I was just sad. They were in a rough spot, and I felt bad for them. So I was just not having a good time driving back to Minnesota. Um, as I was driving, I had been driving for about 5 hours at this point, plus 5 hours there earlier. So I was exhausted, and I realized it was like noon already. I wasn't going to be home in time to really do anything else. So as I'm driving, all of a sudden, I see this sign on the side of the road that says Crystal Caves ahead. And I was like, what's a crystal cave? That sounds like exactly what I want to be doing right now. So I go and I follow the signs. It's another like 20-minute drive out of my way to find this crystal cave. And I get there, and it's this like small building with a tunnel next to it. And I'm like, all right, sounds like fun. I will pay the $15 to take the cave tour. I got nothing else going on. So I do. And they take me into this hole in the ground. And I was a little freaked out because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But I start following them through, and all of a sudden, I start seeing like the rocks on the cave are starting to sparkle a little bit. They look more crystal-like, and I'm getting excited. I'm like, wait, are there actually crystals in this cave? Are we gonna see some big crystals here? And so we keep going, and then we start seeing them, like large quartz crystals in the wall, feldspar crystals on the ground. We get even further, and they start showing us that some of the rocks and minerals react to black lights, and we can see like rainbow patterns when we shine black lights on the walls. It was amazing. We get about a mile underground, maybe not quite a mile, maybe half a mile underground, and they're like, all right, everyone, sit on the floor. Make sure you're sitting. We're gonna do something really cool. So we do. I sit on the ground. I don't know the 8 other people that are with me. I'm just there by myself. So I sit, and they're like, all right, I want everyone to stay calm. We're gonna turn off the lights. I'm like, all right, I turn off the lights in my room all the time. This is fine, nothing to be worried about. And they're like, no. We're turning off all the lights. This will be your first time experiencing total darkness. I was like, whoa. Okay, all right, I can do this. And so they count down 3, 2, 1, and they hit the lights. And it's dark. I'm like, all right, I've seen dark before, but I put my hand up to my face, and I can't see it. I get it closer, I can see nothing moving my hand in front of my face. I can't see a thing. There was no way to tell what was around me. It was so amazing. I couldn't see anything around. It was my first time experiencing total darkness deep underground in a mine shaft. It was really cool.
And that's the story. Yeah.
One of my first jobs out of high school was working for a company called Mad Science. I know, perfect for me. My first job description was a mad scientist. I loved it. But the company was based in an old abandoned ice cream factory. Right? Isn't that awesome? I was so excited. So it's built in this old abandoned ice cream factory, and what they do is in this ice cream factory, they would build science equipment and stuff and basically just science toys. And they would build them and give them to retired teachers, retired principals, and college students like myself at the time, to go and teach after-school science programs to elementary school kids. And it was just so much fun. I would get a box and you'd open it up, and inside there would be an entire kit teaching you how to launch a rocket. And I'd be like, this is amazing. I'm gonna go and teach kids how to launch rockets? And they'd be like, Patrick, make sure that you're the one launching the rockets for the kids, okay? And I'd be like, yes. So you're telling me I get to go launch rockets? This is amazing. And so I had so much fun at this job. One of the kits was they would give you a cotton candy machine, and you would spend the entire hour teaching about cotton candy while you are making and eating cotton candy. It was so much fun to teach people the science of cotton candy and then just hand them a thing of cotton candy. It was the best. One of my favorite jobs of all time. And also, one of the things that really got me interested in teaching science. Because before, when I first started this job, I was a theater major. And I wanted to be an actor on stage doing acting things, which I still love. I still love acting, and I think it's really cool. But then I started this science teaching job, and I realized I could be loud and dramatic and still teach kids science. And it was just an amazing revelation for me to realize that I could be my excited, dramatic self and actually teach people exciting things that they could learn and use throughout their lives. And it really ignited a passion in me for science teaching. And I definitely would not be at camp today if it wasn't for that science job. So I really credit them with changing a lot of things in my life. Another thing that I have to give them credit for is really starting my interest in the science and the science of teaching kids. Because there was something special about taking a science concept that even big adults, like grown adults, have trouble with, and condensing it and making it accessible to elementary schoolers. It's just amazing that you are able to take this concept and explain it to people. And if you do it properly and give them hands-on tools to do this, they get it and they get excited about it. Like, it's not like, ooh, I'm learning science, well, guess I'll go to sleep now. It's people learning science and then being like, what else can I do with this? I've made a rocket. Can I take this rocket and make it into a boat? Or make it go even faster? Or how high can I make this rocket go? It was so exciting to see these kids take a science concept that I was just learning and just run with it and do whatever they could to have fun and play with these things. This job really led me to enjoy playing with things and discovering things through science. And it's really been a big factor on who I am as a person today. I really enjoy it.
And that's the story. Yeah.